Okay.
Hello. Today we're going to talk a little bit about moving meditation, walking meditation. It's a focused awareness meditation that helps you to become more aware of the bottoms of your feet, of your structure, of the movement of yin and yang through the body as you're stepping. We'll start with just a simple rocking. The rocking part of the meditation helps you to tune into and wake up the bottoms of your feet, to enhance your awareness of what the different parts of the bottom of the feet are there for. So as you're rocking forward and back, just start by feeling as if you were massaging your feet into the ground. As you move forward and back, you want to move from the lower core or the lower dantian, so we're going to keep our lower, middle, and upper dantian in alignment as if they were being drawn up by a string on the same line. Now we let ourselves be swung back and forth by this swing, by the string. You could also imagine that there's a string pulling you forward from the lower dantian and pulling you back from the lower dantian. So we want our movement to be from here. So what we're trying to do is avoid this kind of motion here. We want to keep these three in good alignment. Now as we're maintaining this alignment, feel into your feet and allow your body weight to massage your feet as you're stepping back and forth. While you're feeling into your feet, see if you can feel how the toes kick in to break your forward motion and how the heel kicks in to break your forward motion. If you experience some instability, you want to try to figure out where that's coming from. It's likely to be some very regular part of your movement that you can detect. For instance, if I move the upper dantian too far forward, it's going to create this kind of instability that pulls me off forward. Or if I allow myself to sway a little bit too far to the side, or if my lower dantian goes too far back, it's going to pull me over the heel. So the purpose of this is for us to learn to feel our movement, not just the bottoms of the feet, but the whole body moving together to heighten our sense of awareness of how to improve our dynamic balance by becoming more aware of what each part of the foot does and how the alignment plays a role in that process of allowing the feet to function properly for us. Our heels can't stop us properly. Our toes can't stop us properly if our alignment is out of whack. So when we're just doing this simple rocking meditation back and forth, we're going to try to tune into feeling, not to thinking too much about these things, but just to feeling them. And then, if we lose our balance, we'll allow ourselves to try to replay that in our mind, to think about it just briefly about what went wrong, but not spend too much time thinking about it. Just try to quickly get an idea about, was there too much tension in the body? Was the body out of alignment? Did I not allow my toes or my heel to kick in at the right time, so it was a timing issue? We try to kind of make a quick theory about that, and then we go right back into observing. So most of our time we're going to spend observing, feeling, sensing, not thinking. And especially when it comes to thoughts about other things that aren't related to practice, or thoughts about how bad our balance is, or some condition we have, let those thoughts go and just feel what you're doing. So now we're going to take this simple rocking and we're going to take it into a walk. So as we do it as a walk, the first thing we're going to tune into, keeping our awareness of the bottom of the foot, is how our weight rolls up to the bubbling well. The bubbling well is this point here, just behind the ball of the foot. So this is the area that we're trying to roll our weight up into, right here. So we're going to relax down and allow our weight to pour like a heavy liquid into the ball of the foot. So that's going to be the center of pressure under our foot. The toes are touching, the heel is also touching, but I don't want to feel the weight back on the heel. If the weight's back on the heel, when I pick my back foot up, it's going to pull me backwards. I want to keep the weight around the bubbling well, with the heel touching lightly, and also the back toe touching the light. At this point, I want to feel from the bubbling well up through the bones, up through the three dantians, up through the top of the head, and find that string pulling me up. Even though I'm sinking down, I still feel the string is pulling up. Now there's a balance between these two. I want to feel that the upward pull is very light, so maybe like 20% upward pull, 80% relaxing down. Think of pulling a string up out of a jar of honey. So even as you have the upward pull, there's a lot of downward flow. Don't lose the downward flow, because that's what grounds you. That sense of downward flow into the ball of the foot is grounding you down, even as the string is orienting you towards up. So we have a very good sense through our whole body of where up and down is. Now, with that sense of up and down, I'm going to take my time and swing this nice and slow. And then I'm going to begin this process again. Breathing out, I'm going to pour my weight down into the ball of the foot. Breathing in, I'm going to find my structure. And in that space between the in and out breath, I'm going to swing my leg. The toes come down and I transfer my weight forward, sinking, rising. And I'm not sinking and rising necessarily physically on the inside, I'm just feeling for these energies on the inside. If it helps, you can sink a ½ an inch down and rise a ½ an inch up, still keeping the knee bent. That might help you get the feel for it, but eventually you can let go of that external rising and falling and just feel for it on the inside. The most important part of this is the time that your leg is swinging. This is where you have a chance to check your awareness of the sinking and the rising. If you can stay very relaxed while this leg swings, then you can manage your balance. Balance is not one thing, it's many things working together. It's your awareness of tension and relaxation in the body. I want to get rid of the tension. If my body's tense, when I swing my leg, I'll fall forward. If my body is relaxed when I swing my leg, I can counterbalance. That relaxation allows me to counterbalance the leg swing. Tension in my body will pull me off balance. So even though I'm moving my leg very slowly, my body is very relaxed. And I'm going to deepen that relaxation with each out-breath. Whoosh, like a heavy liquid down through the bubbling well, then breathing in, a light lift, and then the swing of the leg. Breathing out, I relax again. And I find the string moving up through the spine, up through the top of the head, and I take that step. Now sometimes in this process, your weight might be in the wrong place, and so when you go to take that step, you wobble a little, you're off balance. It's going to create some tension in your body. Maybe a little bit of frustration, maybe a little bit of anxiety about your balance. Be mindful of that and let it go. That's what makes this a moving meditation. If these things arise in our consciousness, we're mindful of them, we name them, we see them, we let them go, and we refocus just on what we're feeling. Let the storylines go, let the anxiety go, let the worry about your balance go, and just refocus on what you're feeling. Breathing out, sinking, oh, a little too far to the right, hey, no big deal. You make a mistake, then you discovered something that you can fix. If you fix it in practice, you're less likely to find it out on the street when you're crossing the road or walking down the sidewalk. You want to find it through your practice. This practice of deep concentration and sensing has been shown to rewire the brain. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to reconnect mind and body, deepen that connection. They're always connected, but the quality of that connection depends on the quality of your practice. The quality of your practice is very high when you can let go of the thinking and the frustration and the anxiety and just tune into what you're feeling. That's the forward step. In the next video, we'll take a look at a crossover step and a backward step. Thanks for your time.